All right, everybody, welcome. We are now live at the Western Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair powered by StriveScan. Welcome, my name is Sibel Rasim. I will be your facilitator for this evening's session. Now we have about 45 minutes on the clock, and as we all know, time flies when you're having a good time, but in order to have a good time, we just wanna make sure everything runs smoothly. So before we get started, I just have a few quick housekeeping items for you all. First and foremost, we definitely encourage questions, but how will you ask those questions? Questions will be asked in the Q&A button in your Zoom toolbar, so go ahead and use that Q&A button to type your questions to the presenters at any time. I stress, at any time. Do not wait until the very last minute to ask those questions to any of our presenters, because we will not be having a live Q&A session with attendee questions at the end. So just make sure, again, you are asking those questions at any time. Also, please put the institution's name within the question, just so we all know who the question goes to. Also, you're muted and your video is turned off. The panelists cannot see or hear you. So it's super important, once again, that you interact with us and ask those questions through the Q&A. Fun fact, our panelists and presenters may be putting some cool information, like their contact information or links they want you to check out within the chat. So although you can't interact back and forth with them in the chat, it is really important that you check out the chat, because they might be putting those links in our contact info that you can follow up with them afterwards. Also, sign up for more sessions. This is one of many college presentations that are offered. There are more sessions happening for the next time slot, so go ahead and register for those. And last but not least, if you'd like to relive the fun with us, or maybe mom missed out on checking these institutions out, or maybe a friend and they want to relive the fun, well, they can do so, and so can you. All sessions are being recorded, and a recording will be available within the next few business days at strivescan.com/WACAC. With that said, I would love to get started with our first institution. First up, we have University of Manchester.
Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. My name is Raluca, and I represent the University of Manchester. Normally, I would be your first point of contact for the university if you had any questions or if you're interested in applying. So let's get started. So the University of Manchester is Britain's largest single-site university, and we were established in 1824, and we've got a proud history of innovation and world's firsts. The university can claim 25 Nobel Prize winners amongst former staff and students, and it's where the atom was first split, the world's first stored program computer invented, and where graphene was discovered. We are quite unique in British higher education because we have social responsibility as one of our 3 core strategic goals, and it sits equally alongside our commitment to research and discovery, teaching and learning. As the top UK university for 2 years running for our social and environmental impact, our social responsibility activities capture our unique Manchester spirit. We offer an outstanding learning and student experience, and as I mentioned before, we are home to 25 Nobel Prize winners, 2 of whom are currently teaching on staff. So a couple of rankings for you. The University of Manchester is ranked 27 in the world, and 83% of our research is considered world-leading or internationally excellent. We are also one of the most targeted university by UK's top 100 graduate employers. We offer over 350 undergraduate degrees across 3 faculties. We have double and triple major degrees in our School of Humanities, School of Social Sciences, School of Science and Engineering, as well as School of Biology, Medicine and Health. Some of our more popular subjects include law, medicine, politics and international relations, archaeology and anthropology, as well as computer science and psychology. And don't forget, in the UK, you can study law or medicine straight from undergraduate level. Now, the University of Manchester is home to over 40,000 students from over 160 nationalities, and we're proud to welcome over 10,000 international students on our campus, which makes us one of the most international universities in the UK. The university and the city are one of the most affordable locations for students considering pursuing a degree in the UK, and the living costs, together with the tuition fees at the University of Manchester, range from approximately $40,000 to $48,000 US a year, excluding our medical school, which works a little bit different. When it comes to your career, we have great options while you're at university. You have the option to integrate a year abroad, or what we call a year in industry, where you can take part in a graduate level internship that is relevant to your degree for a full year. So for example, if you're studying marketing, you could do an internship in a marketing or marketing related role in a company within the Manchester area. You can also have loads and loads of opportunities to take part in summer internships. We have loads of volunteering opportunities and outreach programs, and you can even have a part-time job whilst you're at university. We support you through our careers office, through one-to-one interview simulations, CV clinics, anything that you would need to prepare you for a job in the UK or somewhere else abroad through our international career advisors. Now, the university is located in the second largest city in the UK. Manchester is a vibrant international student city. It's the birthplace of vegetarianism, feminism, and the Industrial Revolution. Students who join Manchester have access to the largest students' union in the UK, with over 400 clubs and societies to join and activities to participate in. We're uniquely placed to offer you the best of both worlds. We are a campus university, but we are actually located in the city centre, so you get the best of both worlds there. At Manchester, we guarantee accommodation to all of our international students, and we're able to make that guarantee of accommodation for the duration of your degree. You will always have your own room, so you won't have to share. The only choice you'll have to make at Manchester is whether you want to cook for yourself in the shared kitchen facilities, or if you'd like to get a meal plan. So hopefully everyone here is ready to begin their Manchester experience. And if they'd like to get in touch with me, I will put my details in the chat, and you can also take a little screenshot of the details you have on there if you'd like to get in touch with me. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for the University of Manchester, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have University of Westminster.
Good afternoon or evening, everybody. Hi, I'm Jane and I'm from the University of Westminster. I hope you can all hear me okay. I'm afraid I'm using a temporary laptop this evening. I'll also put all my contact details and links in at the end in case there are any problems at the moment. But I'm just going to give you a very brief introduction and overview to the University of Westminster. So we're in central London, and a lot of students obviously choose to come to us because of where we are and making the most of being in what is regularly voted one of the top student cities in the world. So we are actually one of the initial and one of the first polytechnics in the UK. So we have a slightly different focus. So when you're looking at universities and you're looking at courses and programs, you also want to think about the kind of learning environment, style, and what will suit you. And obviously every student might be looking for a slightly different fit and experience. So with Westminster, we were actually set up to teach Londoners professional skills in the 1800s, and that's still very much what we do today. So we focus on applied professional teaching, and that reflects in the core subject offering we have, in our faculties, in the industry focused curriculum, and also a lot of our teaching staff are actually currently practicing or working in their fields. So maybe slightly different to a traditional institution or a very traditional environment. We're very international. We reflect London in that we think, it makes it really welcoming. We're very used across our student and our staff body. There are more than 160 different nationalities, and that really shows that we are used to teaching students from different academic backgrounds. And you will also really benefit from joining that global community when you're with us. We're an average size. We have about 20,000 students, so not so big, and that's split across 4 sites across London. So I'll show you that. In case you don't know and you're not familiar with the geography of the UK, so we have 5 international airports near us, being obviously right in the heart of the capital, and we also have all the transport links for the train and international rail travel as well. So when you're thinking about coming, it's hopefully easy for you to come in normal times, and if you're coming or going from home, or you want to make the most when you're here of getting to know the rest of the UK and the rest of Europe as well, which is something a lot of our students comment on. They're really accessible and really easy. And in terms of where we are in London, As I've mentioned, we've got 4 sites. So when you're looking at Westminster, do look at the site that you're considering studying at. But if you visited, you might recognise some of these. So our original building is at Regent Street. That's right in the heart of the shopping centre area of West London and the PR and Film District. And then about a 15-minute walk between our Regent and our Cavendish campus, or our Regent and our Marylebone campus there. So you can easily walk between those central sites. Central London is actually very accessible and small. But you might recognise things like Madame Tussauds or No Baker Street for Sherlock Holmes. That's where our business school is. And then we have a site in North London, Northwest London. That's near to Wembley Stadium for anyone who's a soccer fan. And that's about 25 minutes from the centre, and that's our digital and creative industries. So we're really very much part of the city, and that's what students really enjoy and also can make the most of in terms of our networking opportunities, industry links, opportunities for placements with companies around in the area, and you just get that wealth of offering from us being in central London. So quick overview of our areas and subjects. We do things like biomedical sciences, computing, nutrition, psychology. Our original building here at Regent Street, where international relations is a very popular one. We do things like museums and gallery studies, which we do in conjunction with some of the big museums and galleries in London, like the Tate, the V&A. We've got a law school as well, and then we've got our architecture and planning, tourism programs in our Marylebone campus, and our business school. We're very well known for marketing, and you'll notice across all our programs we focus on professional accreditations, and you can see the links to opportunities for placement years as well, or which kind of companies we're working with. And then you've got our very different, very modern digital and creative industries. This is where we do film, fashion, TV, music, those kind of subjects. We've got some fantastic alumni across all these areas, and lots of more information on our course pages if you want to look at facilities, studios, and the kind of opportunities our graduates have had. We also have accommodation. Almost all of our accommodation is self-catered, and it's the same that you generally in the UK, you get your own room, your own bathroom, and then you maybe share a kitchen with 5 or 6 other students. And you will be in about a 20-25 minute journey, maximum journey probably, from your accommodation. We do have some on our campuses and some in different popular areas of London. So entry requirement information is on our website, and you can always contact me for more guidance as well for your individual case. But as a guide, so for this year, we are looking to take students who've not been able to sit exams because of the pandemic, but we usually in other years look for GPA plus a combination of other exams, but not this year. Fees, fairly standard. You're looking at about $20,000 per year. We're federal aid, receive students for federal aid funding, and we have a scholarship scheme, and we can provide a lot more guidance about living costs and being in London. So my contact details are here. We've got links to upcoming events, lots of course sessions, and I'll put those in the chat as well. Thank you very much, and hope to see you in London.
Thank you so much. If you have any questions for University of Westminster, go ahead and please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Newcastle University.
Hi everybody, my name is Thomas and I work for Newcastle University. Newcastle University is located at the heart of Newcastle upon Tyne, which is a very lively, friendly, and most importantly, student city in the northeast of England. We are really well connected to all parts of the UK, just under 3 hours from London by train and only an hour and a half from Edinburgh. We're also very lucky to have an international airport only 20 minutes away from our campus, which has up to 80 different destinations throughout the year. You could be in Amsterdam in just 55 minutes, for example. Newcastle is consistently named one of the best student cities in the UK and in the top 60 globally. And we are also the most affordable student city in the UK as well. We're very safe and friendly, and we're not just a great place to study, we're also a great place to start your career. We're a hub for innovation, technology, advanced manufacturing, and the arts. Newcastle has lots to do and see, but one of the best things about it is that the city centre is still quite compact and you can get pretty much everywhere on foot. We're also very lucky to be surrounded by beautiful nature with wonderful beaches and historical architecture all surrounding the city. And this is just some of the examples of some of the local scenery. In the top left, we have Gray's Monument in the city centre, named the person on the top is Earl Grey, who the tea is named after. Tynemouth Longsands Beach was named one of the best beaches on earth by TripAdvisor. On the bottom left there, that's the River Tyne that runs through the city. And on the bottom right there, that's one of the many castles that you can visit throughout the region. We're really lucky that we have a beautiful campus that is also located right in the heart of the city. You can see the golden shapes in the bottom left and right there. That's where our teaching buildings are, and also some of our accommodation as well. So you can live on campus. And then the grey rectangle in the middle is the heart of the city. So you can see you pretty much couldn't get any closer to the city centre than where we are located. And students really love the fact that they can go between the campus and the city centre super, super easily. And that is our campus. Our history dates back to the 1830s, and that's reflected in our lovely historical buildings. But we also do have some wonderful modern buildings on campus. The bottom right building there is our computer science, and the top left there is a building called the Catalyst, which was opened last year and is home to the National Centre for Data and the National Centre for Innovation. We have a very strong global reputation, ranking in the top 160 in the world and in the top 25 in the UK. We are also a member of the Russell Group, which is similar to the US Ivy League and includes universities of Cambridge and of Oxford. We are top 5 in the UK for student satisfaction, 11th in the world for sustainability, and we rank in the top 10 for graduate prospects, which puts us ahead of King's College London, University College London, and also the University of Oxford. We have 3 faculties. We have around 27,000 students studying across our 3 faculties, and they are on 200 different bachelor's degrees and 300 different master's programs. Some of our most popular programs with US students include English language and literature, arts and cultures, communication, history and archaeology, our law school, our business school, as well as some of our natural environmental science programs, including animal science, which is a great pre-vet course, and marine science as well. We have our own research vessel, for example, and our medical science programs, including dentistry, medicine, psychology, and sport and exercise science. As Raluca said before, things like law, dentistry, medicine, you can do all of those straight out of high school in the UK. We are not test optional, but we are test flexible, which means that this year and probably moving on to next year as well, we will consider not only standardized tests, but also things like dual enrollment credits, honors classes, and AP classes. You can find all the information for each course on our website, but if you have any questions, then do get in touch with me and I can give you more information. Just to give you an idea of the costs, this is how we rank versus our closest US competitor in the US Global Rankings, in the US News Global Rankings. You can see there a total cost per year of around $35,000 versus $72,000 in the US. And most importantly, we have a 3-year graduation rate of 96% versus our competitor in America of 6-year graduation rate of 87.5%. It is quite common in the UK to finish a degree in 3 years, and that is the standard amount of time it takes. We do have a variety of scholarships, and we are also able to administer federal loans as well. We have lots of support available. We were named outstanding for our student support, and that includes pre-application to post-arrival and right through to post-graduation with our career service, which is available up to 3 years after you graduate. There's also lots of support whilst you're on campus. And as well, to make your experience even better, we have over 200 societies, 60 different sports clubs, and we actually are ranked top 10 in the UK for our sports. So if you are a bidding student athlete, definitely consider us. We've invested really heavily recently in our sports facilities as well. There's lots of virtual activities on our website. Our YouTube channel is fantastic. There's some great campus tour videos on there. And you can also chat to a current student through our UniBuddy program. That's also my email address, and I will pop those links and that email address in the chat box for you as well. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, Newcastle University. If you have any questions for them, please put it in that Q&A. Next up, we have University of Dundee.
Perfect, thank you very much. Let me just share my presentation there. Hopefully you can see that okay. So my name is Grant. I am the regional lead for the Americas here at the University of Dundee. We are also in the UK, but we are in the north of the UK in the country of Scotland. So what I'll do is I'll start quite broad and speak broadly about Scotland and why Scotland is a great place to come and study. And then I'll go a bit more specific and speak about the University of Dundee. So why come and study in Scotland when there's so many great places, not just in the UK, but Europe, in the whole world. And we have a really thriving arts and culture scene. So there's loads going on. Scotland is not a big country. We only have around 6 million people in the whole country. But for the size of the country, there really is quite a lot going on. So no matter where you go to study, there's always going to be something really exciting happening where you are. They're really stunning landscapes. If you just type Scotland landscapes into Google, you're probably going to come up with some really beautiful pictures, and that is going to be on the doorstep of wherever you choose to study, including Dundee. Really friendly people. Obviously being a Scotsman myself, I sound really big-headed, but coming from the US, you're always going to get a really warm welcome when you come in Scotland. And we have a really rich and historic heritage. So see there, I've included a picture of a castle. Basically, every presentation I do about Scotland is probably going to have a picture of a castle. Some really great music and cultural festivals that go on throughout the year, and a really flexible degree structure. So that is the biggest difference between a Scottish degree and one from the rest of the United Kingdom. In Scotland, we study for 4 years. Now, we've been teaching at a university level in Scotland for a very long time, for over 600 years, in fact. So in Scotland, you come for a 4-year undergraduate degree. And the US college system is actually adapted from the Scottish system. That is how old the Scottish system is. So you do study for 1 year longer, but it does give you flexibility in your degree. So you can study up to 3 different subjects in your first 2 years, but you don't have to do anything like a gen ed. So you can really pick subjects that interest you. I am from the University of Dundee, which is based in the city of Dundee. So you'll see there that Dundee was voted Scotland's best place to live. We're also Scotland's sunniest city. You might be able to tell because I got a bit sunburned today, and that was only about 15 degrees. That is a very Scottish-like thing to do. We are also a UK we're the only UNESCO city of design in the whole of the UK. So we've got a really great design heritage in Dundee, and we're a very close-knit community as well. So not being a big city, we only have around 150,000 people. It means that you have a great student experience in Dundee. So we're one of the most densely student populated cities in the whole of Europe. So for a great student experience, Dundee really is a great place to be. You might be wondering about Dundee. You might never have heard of Dundee, and that's absolutely okay. We are the UK's city of discovery. So there's a lot of things that you might know of that have come from Dundee. So aspirin, LCD technology, if you're watching this on a computer screen or on a phone or a tablet, that is technology that will have come from the University of Dundee. In fact, radar, Grand Theft Auto, marmalade stamps, the list does go on. But there's some really great things that have come from actually quite a small city of Dundee. Now, the University of Dundee is in the top 20 in the UK, and we're 11th in the UK for student satisfaction and 14th in the whole world for international student satisfaction. And when you do move internationally for university, it's really important that you enjoy yourself. And that goes for any university you decide to join around the world, whether it be in the US or internationally. Do make sure you pick a university that you're going to enjoy that experience for however long you may choose to go there. We're test optional for September 2021 entry, and that's likely for 2022 entry as well. And we offer rolling admissions, so you can apply either directly or through UCAS if you're applying for a number of UK universities. And we offer scholarships of up to £5,000. So for example, for 2021 entry, we were able to offer a £5,000 per year scholarship if you achieved a GPA of 3.6 or above in your high school graduate diploma. So there's lots of opportunities like this to join us. This is our campus. We are a campus-based university, but we're in the middle of the city as well. So everything you see within that picture there is what the University of Dundee has to offer. So accommodation, it's all single occupancy, you never share. It's also all en suite, so you never share a bathroom with anyone else, which is amazing. But we're a 5-minute walk to the city centre. So everything is going to be right on your doorstep in Dundee. We have really great sports and society, so over 250 different societies to get involved in. The one I always point out is the Dundee Society, which is the Dundee Tea Appreciation Society, which is probably the most British thing you'll ever find when you study here. We also offer over 45 different sports clubs. So whatever sports you may be interested in, there's always going to be an opportunity for you to pursue that either competitively against all of the universities in Scotland, or just for fun. So if you just quite like the thought of playing something like Ultimate Frisbee, which is basically American football with a Frisbee, then you can, and you can do that either competitively or just for fun. We have 10 different schools that you can join. So our art and design school, as you can imagine, the UNESCO City of Design is very popular. Business, dentistry, medicine, life sciences offer some of the best labs in the country. So it's up to you. You can scan that QR code and it takes you right to a lovely list of all of the undergraduate degrees that we do. And if you scan that QR code, so that is not what the sun looks like in Dundee, that is a QR code you can scan, and it will put my contact details straight into your phone. So if you would like to find out more information about Dundee, then you're welcome to WhatsApp, or you're welcome to give me an email using the email address you see on your screen. But thank you very much for listening.
All right, awesome. If you have any questions for University of Dundee, go ahead and please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have University College Cork.
Hey, thank you very much. My name is Maggie Cardosi, and I am the North American Officer for University College Cork in Ireland. And I actually loved studying in Ireland so much, I did it twice. So it is my pleasure to share a little bit about a place that I definitely consider to be my second home, and I hope that you call home someday too as well. So first off, a little bit about Cork. So Cork and UCC is located in Ireland, and if you're not familiar, Ireland is a small country about the size of the state of Indiana, located on the western periphery of Europe, just about a 45-minute flight to the west of London. And Cork is located down along the southern coast of the country. We're the second largest city in Ireland with about 200,000 people altogether. A recent Lonely Planet review said everything good in Ireland can be found in Cork, and I cannot argue with that statement. Not only is Cork known as being a very safe, friendly, welcoming, and walkable city, but there's also no shortage of things to do to keep you busy and to keep you having fun. So for such a small city, we're actually over indexed when it comes to arts and culture, with dozens of galleries, theaters, concert spaces, music venues, restaurants, pubs, and more located within the city center. And then County Cork itself is home to some of Ireland's most beautiful beaches, landscapes, and heritage sites. So lots to do right at your fingertips. Very easy to get around Ireland from Cork, either by bus or by train. And then you can get over to places in Europe and beyond via our international airport, which is just about 4 miles from our campus. And speaking of our campus, there we are, just there. Our gorgeous campus that dates from about 1845 is located less than 15 minutes walk from the city center. So a nice blend of the modern and the historic, and everything you need is just there. We are ranked #1 for the student experience in Ireland. So we make sure that you are looked after in both mind and body. And we have over 200 different student activities and support services to make sure that you're having fun, you're integrated, and you're thriving as part of our campus community. We are ranked in the top 2% of universities worldwide. So that means that whichever undergraduate program you choose, of which there's 130, that degree is going to mean something wherever in the world you take it, whether you choose to stay on in Ireland after you graduate or come home to the United States or whatever it is that you call home. You'll be joining 22,000 students from over 104 different countries. And that means that not only will you be living and studying with Irish students, but you'll also be studying with students from around the world. And speaking of the world, we take sustainability very seriously. We are the world's first green campus and in the top 10 for our sustainability practices. So if you are concerned about human impact on the environment, you will definitely be joining a campus community that is like-minded and supportive. When it comes to our undergraduate degrees, like I said, there's over 130 to choose from, and our programs are either 3 or 4 year direct entry honors programs. So that means that you do need to have a pretty good idea of what you'd like to study ahead of time, although there is some flexibility within faculties like arts or science, but you can't kind of cross over between the two, like double major or minor between sciences and business or arts and engineering, etc. Our programs, like I said, are internationally recognized, so you can take them wherever you would like to go in the world, and you can choose any one of 130 different programs from across our 4 different colleges. We have pretty much everything that you would find at a large research institution here in the United States, but some of our more popular programs include our Joint Honors Arts degree, anthropology, criminology, forensic chemistry, psychology and computing, applied international geosciences, and public health sciences. What's also really unique about University College Cork is that most of our programs include some type of practical learning element. So whether you are taking part in an internship course or a paid work placement, field work, or maybe a study abroad opportunity, your degree is going to incorporate some meaningful part outside of the classroom. And it's because of this and our really great relationship with industry partners located in Cork and around Ireland, which you can see up here in this corner, a lot of logos you might recognize. It makes our graduates very employable, with about 94% of our students going on to be employed or in further study within 6 months of graduation. There also, as an international student, you can take advantage of a 1-year stay back visa, giving you 12 months after completing an undergraduate course to stay around in Ireland, working or applying for further study. Quick note on applications before I let you go. So we do a direct application that's online and rolling admission from about December 10th every year. The main part of your application is going to include your up-to-date transcripts, any test scores or exams that you have under your belt, 2 recommendation letters, and a 500-word essay talking about why you're interested in studying your chosen subject at UCC. Our minimum undergraduate requirements are a 3.0 unweighted GPA or a 26 IB total. Although it is worth noting that some of our more competitive courses like health sciences, engineering, and the like are going to be looking for higher requirements and may ask you to submit subject exams like APs or something similar. I do want to note that we did go test flexible this year, and while we haven't made a decision for 2022, please watch this space. We also have scholarships available. Students can work part-time, and our average cost of attendance is definitely comparable to out-of-state or private school tuition here in the US. So I'll leave it there. There are my contact details and a handy QR code if you'd like to get in touch. But as they say in Ireland, go or Millamagit, and thanks for listening.
Awesome, thank you so much. If you have any questions for University College Cork, please put it in the Q&A at this time. I would love our presenters and panelists to come and join me, as I do have a question for you all. My question this evening is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we're just going to go in presentation order, with the University of Manchester going first.
It's me first. I think one of the best pieces of advice I would have for students would be to think about the system of education that they're applying to. It's really important to do your research, especially if you're applying to UK universities, into what the system of application is and what sort of things you would need to make a successful application. It's a good starting point, just so you get an idea, and then from that point on, you can start looking into the universities and the courses that you're interested in.
Awesome, thank you. University of Westminster?
Yeah, I think I always say that just to ask lots of questions. Don't be scared. This is your opportunity to look maybe at locations you've never considered, programs you've never heard of before, and no question is stupid. So this is your chance to really do your research and just ask what you don't know. Yeah.
Fantastic, thank you. Newcastle?
I think particularly for the UK, it's kind of, you need to turn the selection process on its head almost. So you need to think first of all about the major that you want to study, rather than, oh, I want to go to this particular college and I'll find a major at that college that I like. I think you need to think about the major and then find which college offers that major, and that's the better way to do it for the UK system.
Fantastic. University of Dundee?
I'd say, even though we've all used rankings at some point in our presentations, I'd say definitely don't use rankings as just the method of choosing university. Make sure that you're choosing university that's 100% right for you. So by all means, definitely by attending things like this. So that is tech for you already there.
Awesome. Thank you. University College Cork.
I'd also say to keep your options open and don't be afraid to kind of get out of your box a little bit and explore a little bit more because there are a lot of really great schools out there and a lot of really great universities abroad. So, you know, maybe not just look at things that have worked for your family or your friends. Think about what works best for you and go from there.
Fantastic advice, everybody. I know I learned a thing or two. I hope our attendees did as well. Thank you again, my panelists and presenters, for being here and sharing some absolutely amazing information about your institutions. And my attendees, thank you for being here. Remember, this is just an appetizer. So it is really important that you follow up with these institutions if you're interested and do a deeper dive and check them out. And they did give some absolutely amazing advice in regards to that college search process as well. So I hope you took notes. With that said, after you close this window, a very quick 4-question survey will appear. So my attendees, we really appreciate the feedback. Also, sign up for more sessions. We do have 2 more sessions going on this evening, so feel free to sign up for those. And last but not least, if you would like to relive the fun, or maybe mom or a friend would like to watch these institutions give some amazing information as well, the recording will be available at strivescan.com/WACAC within the next few business days. With that said, everybody, thank you all so much and have a great evening. Bye, everyone.